everybody, this is Carrie. I am making a response video simply because we only have 4 more days to make response videos. So I thought I would make a response video for Evan and Rachel's passport tag. So I was tagged by Evan and Rachel to participate in this video tag. So the tag is for passports. So these are my 2 passports. This is my old passport that I will be using to talk about today. This is my new, fresh, very, very empty passport. If you want to participate in this tag, all you have to do is answer the questions that are below. The first question is, what is your most recent stamp? Well, the most recent international trip that I went on was earlier this year, and I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico City for just about a week, and I did couch surfing for the first time, which was really cool. This is my stamp from Mexico. You can see that. April 20th of this year. So that's the only stamp in my whole new passport. This little passport is just waiting for stamps all over it, but not yet. Not yet, little one. So let's put this one aside. The most recent stamp other than Mexico from this passport, I believe, was the end of my South America journey, which was December 13th from Chile. And I really like this stamp because it is the last, it's the date of the end of that amazing trip. And it's also beautiful. It's half red and half blue, and I just like seeing that. It reminds me of how amazing that trip was, and that, you know, how sad I was to get that final stamp, and, you know, it was just like pretty special. There's actually a tiny yellow stamp next to that I can't even read, but I don't know what it is. What was your first stamp? Well, the first stamp in this passport, and the only stamp, is de Mexico. However, in this, I got this passport in 2008 in September, right before I returned to Korea for the second time. So the first stamp thing that happened in this was my visa for going to Korea. So it's awesome. It's got the Daehanmingguk written on there, and I was so happy when I got this because a friend of mine already worked at the school where I was going, and it was just like gonna be awesome. So that was when I moved to Incheon. Yeah, and it says admitted October 12th, 2008. So that's when I started my second job in Korea. So that is the first stamp from this passport. What's your coolest looking stamp? It's gonna be hard to choose. There's lots of cool things in here. Bolivia has a nice one because it's green, and I'd never seen a green stamp before that. It's kind of like this dark lime green. Oh, I received a text message. I know, people joke that my text messaging sound is too long, but I like it. It's like the Queen is texting me every time. The Kingdom of Cambodia is pretty beautiful. Oh, the Queen is ringing again. Dun, 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 dun. You can put a comment if that's also your text or ringtone, because that would be really funny. I like these Thai ones because they're triangular and they're purple. You know, it's nice to have purple things. When I went to Lake Titicaca, you could pay $1 to stamp your own passport with this cool stamp. So I did that, and it just reminds me of how cool that experience was, and how thin the air was, and how you struggled to just get up the stairs without, you know, just keeping a conversation going. Everything was just like, the air was so thin, so I like to see that. The most meaningful stamp, there's a lot of meaning in a passport. I don't really know what to say about the most meaningful. I'm gonna say that the most meaningful stamp was the end of my South American journey, December 13th, 2012. Leaving Chile, flying to Colombia, and then doing a transfer in Colombia and coming back home. It was meaningful because it was the end of 6 months, and I was so scared to go to South America. Like, I really was afraid that something was gonna happen. By getting that stamp and leaving Chile and coming back home, it was kind of like really satisfying. Like, I did it, I made it, and you know, now I can tell the story that it's not actually as scary as I thought it was gonna be, and everything was fine. So, well, almost everything was fine. So yeah, I would say that stamp is very meaningful to me. The most difficult stamp to get, I'm actually going to talk about a visa. Getting the visa to travel to Myanmar was actually a little bit challenging. So my friend and I, we were in Bangkok, and we planned to travel Thailand and Myanmar together. And when we were in Bangkok, we started to investigate the visa process for Myanmar. So to get the visa, you have to go to the embassy of Myanmar in Bangkok, and you go at 7 in the morning, and you wait in this big lineup of other travelers, and you don't really know whether it's going to open, what time it's going to open, whether you're going to be approved, blah, blah, blah. So we're just kind of like standing in line, talking together, hoping that this works out. When they finally did open the doors, everyone just kind of like rushed in like cattle. When we finally did get the application form, it started out with the normal questions, you know, name, address, previous country, next country, stuff like that. And then it got a little bit strange. It was like, what is your father's job? What is your father's name? What is your father's this and that? And it was very, like, obviously patriarchal. It was definitely, like, an interesting form to fill out. I think we paid something like $40, $50, and then we picked our passports up a couple of days later, and then we went. So it was actually relatively painless, but I definitely thought it was going to be harder than it was. So that's my reply to the awesome tag by Evan and Rachel. You guys are great. I love your channel. I like talking about passports because it just gets you into the travel, gets all thinking. So for you, little naked passport, I think the next stamps might be Korea or Indonesia. That's what I'm thinking. So you can look forward to that. If you want to make your own reply video to this, you may not be able to make a response video because YouTube is getting rid of those in about 4 days. However, you can create a video and then you can write a comment that says, hey, I made this video, and everybody can go find it. Some of you may or may not know that TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, is happening right now, and I'm a big film festival fan. I'm going to see a movie called Gloria tonight at 7:45. So I'm looking forward to that, and hope you guys are having a good day, and see you in the next video. Bye! The Myanmar consulate? I don't remember. Embassy.